following is a live news conference from the Diocese of Fresno with Bishop Armando Ochoa and incoming Diocese of Sacramento Auxiliary Bishop Myron Cotta.
Good morning and welcome. We welcome the media who have joined us here this morning and members of the pastoral staff here for the Diocese of Fresno. The appointment of Bishop-elect Myron to the episcopacy does not really come as a surprise to many who have worked and have known him during his tenure of 26 years here in the Diocese of Fresno. His election by the College of Consultors as the diocesan administrator of the diocese following the death of Bishop John Steinbach underscores the diocesan clergy's confidence and their acknowledgement of his many pastoral and administrative skills. These skills will continue to serve him well as he now prepares to collaborate with his new diocesan bishop, Bishop Jaime Soto of the Diocese of Stockton. So, excuse me, did I say Stockton? I just don't want to let him go. The Diocese of Sacramento. But I'm very, very pleased to formally present our new Bishop-elect, Bishop Myron Cotta. Please join me with a round of applause for him. Thank you.
Bishop, thank you for those kind words. And I guess first things first, I begin by thanking His Holiness Pope Francis, for this appointment as Auxiliary Bishop of the Diocese of Sacramento. And I also thank the Office of the Apostolic Nuncio for conveying that message to me and with the decision of His Holiness in regard to this appointment. All of this, of course, is very humbling to be called to this capacity of ministry of service to the Church, and in particular to another diocese also under this title and under this new opportunity to minister as bishop. As I prepare to leave the Diocese of Fresno, I thank God for the call to the episcopacy, for the many blessings that I've experienced over my 26 years as a priest ordained for this diocese. Throughout my priesthood, the people of God and their love and support. I thank God for the bishops whom I have served under, including present bishop, along with all the clergymen and brother priests and the deacons of the diocese, the religious, the laity, all who have significantly contributed to my ongoing pastoral formation, which is very important as a priest, having all that support behind them in prayer. I now look forward to this transition to assist Bishop Soto and to work with the pastoral staff as I anticipate my consecration as auxiliary bishop. I also look forward to meeting and sharing in the ministry that lies before me, working in union with the clergy of Sacramento, the religious and laity, and of the diocesan church throughout the diocese itself. Let us keep each other in prayer as we continue to seek God's will and to continue to build up the kingdom of God. I thank you for this opportunity to share these few words, anticipating this transition to a new diocese. Yes?
Can I ask a question? Monsignor, can you talk about the meaning of this appointment to you personally?
As I said, I think at the beginning, it's just a very humbling thing to be called to this capacity, because as bishop, it brings the sense of the fullness of the priesthood, and again, to continue to exercise the gifts that God has given us for the sake of God's people, for the good of the church. And so it's the idea of just exercising basically a lot of what I'm doing already, but under a different type of a title, which then carries with it a little more responsibilities.
And your immediate plans, the Diocese of Sacramento says that you know the people there. Can you talk about your immediate plans right now?
I think what Bishop Soto was probably meaning there is that being a boy from the valley, that we're still in the Central Valley as I go up to Sacramento. And so knowing the people, kind of knowing, again, the setting of our valley and the life of the people, the agricultural side of it, coming personally from that in my family. So there is kind of a connectedness already, I think is what he meant, and kind of I understand too, personally for myself, that it's still the people within the Central Valley.
Now, you're from Dos Bellos.
Yes.
Yes. Did you ever dream that this day might come where you would be an auxiliary bishop?
No. Even as a priest, I don't think you thought about it a whole lot. As a child, those thoughts come and go, and there was always a great love for the church and for the religious and God and all that. I was attracted to that as a child. But getting to this point, no, you never really think about that. As I mentioned to some people recently, when I was in Catholic school, one of the sisters, when I was in elementary school, said, "One day you're going to be a priest." And I said, "Yeah, right, sister." But I guess she was prophetic in that.
Bishop Ochoa, can you please comment about Monsignor Cotta's role and how much you'll miss him?
Well, it's obvious. It's going to be a great loss. One of the saddest days in my life was when I got word. For me, very, very selfish, I have to admit, but thrilled for the people and the faith community of the Diocese of Sacramento, because I know the administrative skills and his pastoral presence and his just read of so many things, and in such diplomatic ways, right on target, have been a blessing. And it certainly set the bar rather high for the new appointment and his successor. So for me, it's going to be the good news and the bad news. The good news is he is now a brother in the California Conference of Catholic Bishops, and also a brother in the United States Conference of Catholic Bishops. The bad news is we're going to miss that wonderful presence right on the other side of my doorway, day in and day out.
Well, thank you for the opportunity to meet with all of you and some of the pastoral staff that's also here. I appreciate your support over the years being here. I've truly spent more than half of my priesthood, ordained priesthood, here in Fresno, and in this position as Vicar General. And so that's a pretty good run. And so it's been good, and thank you for everything. God bless you all. Thanks.
One-on-one conversation with Bishop-elect Myron Cotta this evening at 7:30 and 9 here on KNXT Channel 49.